So, a memory about Undertale. Where do I begin? The gameplay didn't really bring back like much memory too much because as an author, it basically says to me to let my characters first get beaten by a dog. Maybe it touches my heart some other way. Not exactly too many dogs, but there is a moment that had a dog in it that really touched my heart. I wasn't there for it when it happened, but there was this cute dog that left a nice speech. He seems to be returning the favor or asking for change from paying for that favor, if you will, depending on how you look at it. I don't think anyone can really set a bar as high as that speech in terms of words. Also, I really like that one meme where there was this floating heart and it says, I remember he has only one HP. That was funny. Anyway, I'm not really here to really place a memory on the website. I'm just letting people know, you know, because it is a great game. As an author, I'm not going to find any use for it. As a player, I could already tell how to watch what was going to happen instead of actually playing it. I bet you there's a flower right now insulting me, calling me a coward, but for not going through the motions. Coward. I completely respect its opinion, though. It's allowed to have one. Anyway, it's it's a nice day outside, nice tinted blue. So I'm gonna say this as simply as I possibly can, despite my mouth being dehydrated. This part, right after this part here, this is not an Undertale memory. This is more like an outline of an AU. Vampire Adventure in Realms is really more like a segmented piece with no clear cosmology than it is like a canon, if you will. There does seem to be a few rules there, though. Annoying dogs are weaker there for some odd reason. They can't really terraform the realm into being pure Undertale-like. So it's like, I don't know, there's some sort of interference or something. Whenever you try, it just makes clones. Snap, snap, snap. Just a bunch of clones. So the AUs themselves can be homes of this realm, can in itself be Undertale AUs, but not the place itself. And I don't really get that. And second, there is no Kirby here. I don't know why, but he's not here. Try to put him here, and he's not here. The species that Kirby is, maybe. You want a copy? Sure. It's a tourist now. Want a different one? Okay. It might be a resident, but that's debatable. But basically, no Kirby himself, which is odd. You would think that a death, that a prophecy about the character would be the most important thing to incorporate about a fan work. But no, it's not. It's one of those kind of things, you know. And yet, for some odd reason, this realm is not grimdark. I know, weird, right? Or maybe it's like a neutral grimdark, if you can even call it a grimdark. It's a really strange place, actually. There's like this street that likes to connect up with other places. The grass is very weird, almost alive. Then again, grass is alive, but you know what I mean. There are doors to other places, sort of. So it's like you got the 3D way to walk through, and then like the 2D way. So yeah, good luck explaining that. And well, that's that's basically the gist of it, I guess. Um, oh, I guess Faraway Star is a multi-timeline sapient or something. She's also a Keyblade graveyard, if that makes any sense. Not in a typical sense, like she can still lose, but like her stamina doesn't really seem to go anywhere. Also, going on the side thing that EXC can just sort of like rip out stories and place them in different realms. So there's that. It's kind of an interesting place actually, but kind of boring too. It's hard to describe for me really. I don't really have an Undertale memory worth putting on the Undertale website. My scenario just sort of is, if you can call it that. I played this dead game, Little Big Planet, got my fill of it, you know. Yeah, probably at the stage of acceptance right now and starting to pick back up on turning my characters into sprites, since that seems to be the in thing. You know? Also, I've noticed on DeviantArt, people will, I don't know it for a fact, I just sort of have this hunch that people are wagering their profiles against like one person's profile at a time. Like a whole group of them might just threaten to just not have their profiles show up anymore. And to me, that's not what art is about. Art can be about crushing memories, but I don't think that's what art really is about. If you want a content platform, Mediafire is right there. It's always been there. It's right there. I don't understand how artists can be so blind. Mediafire is right there. It's right there. It's always been there. It's right there. It's right there. I'm not a very good comedian. You don't have to laugh. But anyway, yeah. Also, I think Far might sort of know what Annoying Dog is, but I don't think she wants to say. She's kind of under the weather. Bye.